I feel like I've unlearned constructive coping mechanisms for boredom. I remember being a kid, and at one point, I clearly knew how to just go play, and play was the antidote to boredom. I think play still is the antidote to boredom, but I never had considered that as an adult, I would have to make up a game and play it and take it seriously as a way of entertaining myself. Looking back at my shopping and browsing behaviors, it's clear that to me, these were little mini games where I was going to go hunt for something to want and then want it and maybe buy it, or track it, or obsess over it, or compare it to other things. It wasn't thoughtful or intentional play, but the mini game framework kind of helped these things become habits. So the way I'm choosing to view this is I knew how to play, but not constructively. It's not the same as like when I was a kid and I would go draw or play with Legos or build things or tell myself stories. All of those outlets as a kid were energy intensive. They took creativity, they took thought and effort, and shopping and browsing don't really require much of any of those things. They're energetically cheaper entertainment than going to play dress up or painting or drawing or playing with Legos, but they are also shallower in terms of payoff. They don't leave me feeling as internally fed, I guess. Although interestingly, they do simulate the feeling of satisfaction that might come from an otherwise very fun creative exercise that is actually more internally productive. Because shopping and buying something that you think you need or something that you actually need can feel like a productive thing to have done. I can confirm that for me, most browsing and shopping is not for anything I need. It's just a distraction. And in that sense, it is really a counterproductive thing to do. And I don't mean productive here in the sense of like go make more money. I just mean internally productive. Browsing and shopping didn't bring me closer to my own taste, even though it kind of felt like I could trick myself into thinking that it did. And it definitely didn't help me get to know the stuff I have already better, even though I have way too much of it. So, how do I get back to more old school constructive play? Overall, I think the no buys have really helped kickstart it. The not shopping means I have this vacuum for entertainment in my brain, and just playing with the clothes that I do have lets me feel like I'm still in touch with fashion in a way that I was kind of tricking myself into thinking I was before. I did 1 year of 1 month off shopping, 1 month on shopping, and I will say 30 days I think is enough to notice your triggers. Like I'm talking about boredom because boredom for me was a big trigger, but I don't think it's enough to change the full mental pathway, to change the habit. I found 75 days much more effective at making the habit last longer and at better shaping alternative coping mechanisms, even if I relapse on the shopping front.